This is Optimal Health Daily, Baby Steps Towards Epic Fitness Victory by Mark Fisher of markfisherfitness.com, and I'm your host and narrator, Dr. Neil. Happy middle of the week Wednesday, and welcome back to Optimal Health Daily, where I read some of the best health and fitness blogs to you, and always with a bit of my commentary at the end. Now, speaking of commentary, today's Wednesday, which means we're due for a little inspiration. Every Wednesday, I like to provide you with a little bit of inspiration. So with that, here we go. Patience is also a form of action. Auguste Rodin. And based on Mark's article that I'm about to read to you today, I think he would agree with that quote. So with that, let's get right to it and start optimizing your life. Baby Steps Towards Epic Fitness Victory by Mark Fisher of markfisherfitness.com. As a fitness professional who runs a ninja clubhouse, we don't really do gyms at Mark Fisher Fitness. I run into a lot of folks pursuing fitness goals. We've developed a pretty great track record as evidenced by our testimonials and the many hot humans who've transformed their physique while working with us. For some folks, this journey to health and hotness is easy. Their bodies respond quickly, and they have a preternatural enjoyment of physical exertion. For others, it's a bit of an uphill climb. So, what's the best path to pursuing fitness glory for those who just aren't feeling it? Just as many paths lead to Rome, many strategies can lead one to the promised land of looking smoking naked. Let's have a gander at some of our most commonly useful tools, shall we? 1. Have a why. In order to get yourself to actually go to the gym, or ninja clubhouse if you don't dig gyms, one must know why one is doing it in the first place. If you're doing it to placate someone else, or because you generally believe you're supposed to, you're probably not going to have much success. Starting any new habit requires an investment of psychic capital, and there must be a strong impetus when our lives offer so many distractions. The first step for any would-be Mark Fisher fitness ninja is to discern why they are working out. Do you want to appear more attractive? Do you want to avoid a premature death? Do you want to be more successful in your acting career? As a side note, you'll know that the whys mentioned here are hardly of the generic aspirational variety, like, I just want to be my best self, which is totally cool. We'll get you there. Although eventually movement and excellence usually becomes an end unto itself. There's often validity in using a visceral motivation, though, to get the habit started. 2. Have a plan. If you don't have a plan to achieve your fitness goals, it's gonna be hard to stay on track. Once you know why it is you're going to make fitness a regular part of your life, we want to be specific about the goal. Burning fat and building muscle, although both useful for hotness, require different strategies. Once you know where you want to go, you need to have a map of some kind. And if you don't know exactly what to do, you should ask for help. The best way to kill your newfound motivation is to waste your time wandering around a gym feeling awkward and unsure of what to do. Then look back on weeks of time doing something you're not totally enjoying, and that's not getting you results. Dear reader, should you find yourself stumped, I know a team of ridiculous humans who are serious about fitness who can probably help you out. It will also serve you to make sure you're choosing a realistic plan. If your workout success hinges on commuting 45 minutes to wherever you're training 5 times a week, you may want to reconsider your plan. In the beginning, your goal is just to get the ball rolling. So make sure you've chosen a plan of action that's actually going to be doable. And 3, write it down. One of the most often cited tactics on the way to success is to write your goals down. It's no coincidence that this little nugget of advice is in basically every book on success ever written. Not only will you benefit from articulating your why and clarifying your goal, but you'd be amazed at how effective it can be to schedule your workouts and game plan for hotness. Yep, put it in your calendar. Seriously, do it. If it's not in there, you're more likely to get carried away by other commitments. If you really want to ensure you follow through, you can also tell friends and have them check up on you. For many people, just knowing someone will check in profoundly increases their accountability. This 3-step plan may seem somewhat simplistic because, well, it kinda is. Simple as possible, but not any simpler, is an Albert Einstein dictum that's a guiding principle for Mark Fisher Fitness. At the beginning of the fitness journey, there will be value in merely figuring out your true motivation to get fit, finding a reasonable plan that you have confidence will get you to your goals, and then making a commitment to following through. Once you've started your fitness habit, we can start to tweak and optimize the program and start delving in to the sexy stuff. Hopefully these tips will be enough to nudge you to begin to claim the awesomeness that is your birthright. The summer is coming, my friends. See you at the clubhouse. You just listened to the post titled Baby Steps Towards Epic Fitness Victory by Mark Fisher of markfisherfitness.com. And I'll be right back with my commentary. Dr. Neil here for my commentary. If we think about Mark's really great advice from a bird's eye perspective, much of it is actually about removing barriers to your success. If time may be a potential barrier to getting workouts in consistently, then block off that time in advance on your calendar. In fact, this is something I do. I know that if I don't plan exercise into my day, I will most definitely use that time to do something else, and probably something that's not as productive and won't make me feel as good after. Another of Mark's tips: if you don't know something, find someone that does. That way, a lack of know-how is no longer a barrier to your success. Mark also mentioned you should know your why for getting fit. This helps to remove that, I just don't feel motivated today barrier. So much of the time, we let these little excuses stop us from reaching our goals. But if we can deal with these in advance, the road to success will be a lot easier. All right, that does it for today. I hope you have a great rest of your Wednesday, and I'll see you back here for tomorrow's show where your optimal life awaits.